Okay. So we should be good to go in about, just kick off in about 5 seconds, Tony. All right.
Okay.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, this is Tony Grant from Global Reach Alliance, and I'm here today with Anton Nadolo, sat over there in the control seat in New Zealand, and Casey Zeman as well, sat waiting to give you all the information that you're here for. I'm really pleased that you're all on board today, and I just want to, obviously before we get going, I just want to do the normal housekeeping if I may, and make sure that everybody can hear us. So, you know, if you're hearing us okay, can you just type some yeses in there, and hearing you loud and clear and all those sorts of things, so that we can move forward knowing that somebody's actually listening. So, Anton, are we getting some yeses over there?
Yep, no, I can hear loud and clear from Ken, loud and clear, yep, yes from Marie, yes from Carolyn.
Okay.
Yep, okay, good.
That's great. So thanks very much for letting us know that you're there. It's always welcome to know that we've actually got somebody listening to us. You know, it's great when you get to the end of a 1 hour training session and realise that you've had your microphone on mute or something, you know, and nobody's actually aware that you're there. So anyway, like we said, thanks very much for attending today. I'm not sure how many of you know Anton and myself. You've probably seen our emails coming through at you over the past few months, and you know, we've been around a while, but working together. I mean, if we go back to the beginning of when we was working together, it was very much about webinars, training sessions, and live broadcasts and things. So we've very much, although we've had a bit of a gap away from them just for a short while, we're back again now, and very much enjoy bringing these events to you. And I know, after speaking to Casey, that there's a whole lot to learn today. There's a massive amount to be learned for you. As we move forward in our business, we try various different ways. We're obviously always looking at all the ways that we can build our traffic, build our exposure online, and really sort of get out there, get in front of people. And without a shadow of a doubt, YouTube is one of the key players. I'm sure everybody's aware that, you know, YouTube is part of the Google empire, so it's very, very dominant, and really, no matter what, when you're building an online career, it very much has to be central. And I know for me, you know, I'm often sort of saying to Anton, you know, social media, there's Facebook, there's Pinterest, there's LinkedIn, there's just so much. Every day there's so many things to be considering. But no matter what, we can't ignore social media. We know very much that it's integral to all of our the development of our sites, the exposure of our sites, and so on and so forth. So we really, really need to be fully aware of social media. And even if we can't manage to cover all aspects of social media, you know, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc., then we have to target our efforts into one or two certain areas. Then without a doubt, YouTube is very much one of those sites that we really can't afford to miss. Now, I'm not going to go into any of the whys and wherefores, because obviously that's why we've got Casey here for you today. I mean, Casey is obviously a YouTube expert, and he knows far more than I do, and he'll be able to put it to you in a far better way than I ever can. The format is that we're going to hand over to Casey very shortly, and he will go into the presentation. He'll teach you lots of amazing things that hopefully you don't know, and hopefully you'll be able to implement and put into your business to great effect. At the end of that time, at the end of about 45 minutes or so, we're going to come back into a Q&A session, so that if you do have any questions, then we'll get them answered just as well as we possibly can. Anton, is there anything else that you need to add at this moment before we bring Casey into the broadcast?
No, Tony. I mean, I'll probably maybe take over from here. Maybe do a little bit of an intro for Casey, and just give the listeners a bit of an overview of where Casey's from and why he's here. Basically, I got introduced to Casey a couple of weeks ago. I was actually on a private a webinar where Casey was talking about YouTube, and I really was impressed by the information that Casey shared, and it was really great. And from that, I contacted Casey because I wanted to bring Casey on board one of our webinars and introduce his knowledge and experience our audience. So I just really want to just cover off a little bit about Casey. Casey's the creator of YouTube Revealed and Easy Webinar Plugin. Casey's a bit of a video traffic conversion expert, and he's been doing some really cool stuff with YouTube recently. He teaches a method of traffic generation and lead generation by really harnessing the power of video, and as we all know, video marketing is a great force. If used correctly, it can be quite a powerful force in your business. He's taught about 3,000 people in his course, YouTube Revealed, and also his most recent creation, Easy Webinar Plugin. And I'm sure he might probably tell us a little bit about those later on after he shares a bit of useful information with us. Casey is often on stage speaking a lot of the big internet marketing events and online events, and sharing the stage with people like Marie Smith, Cheryl Goodman, and Kim Lugas. And also, I didn't realise, but Casey was also deemed as one of the internet marketers to look out for in 2012 by CFM. Now, I don't want to sort of dwell too much on it. I'm sure Casey will probably give us a bit of an overview on his story. But I just want to add, as Tony mentioned, we can't ignore social media and the power of social media in our businesses. It's about making sure that we've got the knowledge that we need to be able to leverage the fantastic resource that YouTube brings to us. So without further ado, I think I'll pass over to a good friend, Casey. Welcome, Casey.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Welcome to you, and then welcome also to the audience listening in. I'm excited that you found time today to discuss these things, and very, very excited to talk about my passion, which is video, and how to leverage video to really get to have your business built upon video, essentially, and how easy it is to do so once you understand a few things. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, how to drive massive traffic with YouTube and ultimately get on to the first page of Google with your YouTube videos, as well as getting found within YouTube itself. So that's what we're going to be talking about. And I'm personally excited about it. As I said, this is my passion. So what I'll do is I think, Anton, I think we need to give me control, right, of the...
Absolutely, Casey. I'll just pass that over to you now, give you control of the screen. So, okay. All right. So hopefully that should be coming to you now.
Okay, let's see. Not yet.
Okay. Always have a few technical difficulties. The joys of technology, eh?
Well,
So
while you look for that, how about I'll just talk to
that's
these
okay.
guys and
So
give them a bit.
it's sorry, Casey. Sorry to interrupt you, mate. It's just showing you as having the screen at the moment.
I still see. I still see that we have your go-to
Okay.
webinar viewer up.
Can you click that show my screen on your control panel?
I don't think I have. I'm only a panelist. I'm not a presenter. So I need to. I have the same as what, say, Tony has in terms of the controls. So I'd need to be a presenter in order to do more with that. You don't have on yours. It should be under your main broadcast area. It should say change presenter, not necessarily panelist, but change presenter.
How's that, Casey?
Yes.
Sorry, wrong button. So you should have it now, I hope. Yep.
Okay, so let's
Great.
there. All right. So Now we are making it happen. Do you see my screen, everyone? Go ahead and pop in the. Yeah, you guys can see it. Okay, terrific, terrific. Now go ahead and maybe let me know where you are in the world. I'd love to hear from you. You know, I'm quite excited to know where people are from and different levels of knowledge, because I will try to cover some things and try to be very clear for those who are maybe beginners. But at the same time, those who maybe have a YouTube channel or are driving traffic with videos, to show you some very ninja things, show you some very cool things that you can do that very few people know about. And so I'm here to give you some great stuff. Okay, this is actually a lot of people when they attend my webinars, they are sort of in this comatose, like, wow, that was a lot of information, and my hand is hurting from taking so many notes. So where sometimes that's a bad thing, because I don't want to overwhelm you. It definitely is a good thing, because you can take away from this webinar quite a bit of information and think upon it. And also, guys, at the end, I just want to let you know, and to be completely transparent, that at the end you will have an opportunity to come into my lifetime membership course, and I just want to put that out there just so you know ahead of time that there is an opportunity for you at the end of this webinar. Okay. So without further ado, should we start up? And you know what? For some reason, I don't see the questions coming through.
Okay.
Anton.
Yeah, no, I can relay a few of those to you. I mean, I'm just looking here. We've got people from Australia, Malaysia, Ken in Malaysia. We've got Carolyn here from the Middle Tennessee Hills saying that cell phones don't work much here, so she has to drive to find a spot to be able to maybe tune into the webinar. So it's good. It's good that she's going for that much effort. So that's fantastic. I've got people there in the US, UK, so a few people around the world here, Casey.
And it sounds like some of you are on your phones listening in, right? And that's great. And then obviously some of you are probably watching the webinar and watching the actual video as we push forward. And I just want to make sure, Anton, that you did click the record button. I just want to make sure you did that.
Yeah, I can see that it's recording. So I have actually forgotten to do that before, Casey. So I do appreciate the reminder. And I've also got a backup on another machine as well. So we should be covered. We should be covered.
Okay. Well, now that we're all covered, let's push forward. Yeah. Let's start this up. So a lot of people ask me, Casey, how does this session or webinar, how is this going to apply to me? Well, if you have an online business, really any business that you're attempting to come online with, because you probably wouldn't be on this list, or you probably wouldn't have interest in this online stuff unless you're looking to pursue a way to build leads online or have a business online. And to me, the best way to do that is with video, but usually this is the issue that we find. Traffic and conversion can be a big pain in the butt. And for those who are just listening in, there's a big screen, there's a big image on screen right now of a woman kicking a man in the butt. Okay, and that's the issue, is that we either have traffic, right? We either have discovered a way to get traffic to our websites, to get people coming to our websites, eyeballs, or we have a product that actually converts that traffic into sales, right? We either have something that's like, once we get the traffic, we know how to monetize it. But very rarely do we have both. And you know what? I think we should actually be quite honest with each other. Oftentimes we have neither one, I think, right? Very rarely do we actually have traffic and conversion. So in this webinar, this is what we're going to talk about: how to have a high traffic system, and then a high converting product, and how to how to create a platform for a high converting product. Okay, so I'm personally excited, and I hope you are too. So I'm hoping that this is going to help you and apply it to some things that you're doing in your own business. And also, by the way, guys, if you, during this webinar, if you find that you're really excited about this and you have employee friends, you have other people that are looking to do things like this, maybe people in the marketing sector, and you want them to understand these things, I teach this level of marketing to Fortune 500 companies. So this free webinar, Anton and Tony are really, we have a really great thing going on here today. So if you have anyone that you know that you want to bring to this webinar that are in that sector, in that realm, they don't quite know about video and they want to know more about YouTube, this is going to be hugely beneficial. So I would recommend doing that if you have a second. Okay, but let's push on, and this is what we're going to cover today. Okay, we're going to talk why video, and really to me and many of us, I think this should be obvious by now. We're also going to be talking about why we use YouTube and the $1 billion industry and its entry points, okay, and how to get into it. Ways to make money with video and YouTube. YouTube's $100,000 brand loophole that most businesses don't know about, okay, and this is going to be very, very helpful for you and your clients, okay. And we're going to be talking simple and fast ways to optimize your YouTube channel. Plus, we're going to take advantage, how to take advantage in the moment with guerrilla filming. Okay, so that's what we're going to cover. And hey, Anton and Tony, if you guys, you can if you want. You don't have to, but if you want to mute, and then you can say, type and things like that. That'd be okay, but it's up to you, because if you want to ask questions,
I'll do that now, Casey.
Okay, but if you have any questions, guys, go ahead and throw those out there at me. During the webinar, if people have questions that you're seeing on your end, Anton, go ahead and let me know, because I want this to be extremely interactive for you guys. Okay, so who am I? And Anton discussed this already, but I've been in the trenches of YouTube and video marketing for the last 2.5 years, and I've worked as a marketing consultant, okay, a video marketing consultant offline with such clients as Estee Lauder and Dell, and that's how I started my business. I learned a lot of the online video marketing tactics, and then I went offline to essentially get clients, because once I learned all these skills, I needed to apply it somehow, and that was where I needed to make money. So I started offline, and I've actually trained. We're up to 5,000 people on the subject of video marketing and YouTube as a traffic source. And again, as Anton and Tony said, I'm the creator of what's called Easy Webinar Plugin, which is a software that uses video as a source for converting leads into sales. Now, that's what most people know about. A lot of people don't know that I actually started off in TV, film, and stage. And maybe that's why I like video so much. But I can also say this, that I'm actually an introvert at heart. I'm a very sort of shy person. And a lot of people tell me, when they're first starting out, they always say, Casey, video seems great, but I can't get in front of the camera, and I'm not a Robert De Niro, or or let's say Steven Spielberg, and as a director, I don't know how to do all that. Well, again, that's when someone says that to me nowadays, especially in 2012, there are so many ways that you can create video without having to necessarily be in front of the camera. But at the same time, you as a very specific person, you have an audience, no matter who you are. And I say this to a lot of people that always have doubts about whether they can get in front of the camera. You have an audience, no matter what. Okay, there's someone in the world that's going to connect with you on a level because of who you are. I have a friend of mine who has this West Virginia accent, and it's very, very deep South accent, right? And he was always shy about getting on camera because he also had a very furry mustache and the accent, and he was worried that it just wouldn't play and people wouldn't connect with him. Well, what actually happened was his following, because he's so unique, he got a more of a following. You know, that's the thing. So you don't have to try to be anybody but yourself. And really, video is all about just tapping into you, tapping into the enthusiasm, the passion that you may have, right? Okay, so I just want you to think about that. And anyway, I digress, but that's why I started off as a TV film and stage, because that was my passion. But the problem is I didn't want to be a broke actor. So I went into real estate for about 8 years, and then the market crashed here, obviously, in the States, in the world, in fact, in around 07, 08, and I had to figure something else out. So I came online, and it took me some time. I got online in about 2010, and at the beginning I almost quit a couple times because I really didn't know which way I was going. I didn't have a direction yet. And I found that I would have an idea, but then I saw somebody else come onto the market with that same idea, so it sort of, you know, it paused my momentum. And a little bit of advice for you guys: if you have an idea that's similar to somebody else's idea out there in the marketplace, don't stop what you're doing. Push forward, because ultimately, if it's something already in the marketplace, that means it's a warm market, and you just have to stay persistent. Okay, just push on, and really you just have to find that motivation within you to do that. And I finally did that with YouTube, and I'm glad that I did not quit my online experience, because this is me today. I'm a product creator, social media consultant specializing in YouTube and video marketing, and I'm all about closing that sales cycle gap. And that's a reason why I love video, because it does it naturally. And another reason why I love YouTube is because it filters that traffic perfectly. Okay, but we're going to talk more on that in a little bit here. But as I said, most of my success came offline and getting offline clients, until probably about a year and a few months ago, when a friend of mine said, "Casey, you should be teaching YouTube and video marketing stuff, because here's the thing, everybody was talking about Facebook and Twitter in regards to social media, but very few people were teaching about YouTube and how YouTube is a social network site. In fact, folks, it's the largest social network site on the planet, because it's the second largest site visited online, okay? And it's also a social network site. So therefore, it is the second, oh, sorry, my phone is going off, which is my wife calling me. Therefore, it's the largest social network site around. Okay, so so that's when I decided that I would devote some time into teaching people all about video and YouTube. Okay, and this is where I am today. So I found a system of testing with YouTube. Okay, now a lot of us, if you come online and you maybe try some things out, test some things, you know, oftentimes you're trying to find a system that works for driving traffic and making money. Well, early on, I tested out a lot of things until I realized that YouTube was, in fact, a tool that really worked for me. And what I was able to do is get to the first page of Google within my niche, you know, with a video, after about 5 to 7 days. You know, that was my first experience in 2010. And so it really was working. You know, I wasn't just talking the talk, I was walking the talk, so to speak, right? And that's when I decided, well, you know, this is a viable business. I'm going to do this for clients. And then I thought, well, now that I've done it for clients, I think I can teach this to the rest of the world. So while I was on YouTube and while I was doing video marketing stuff, I noticed the biggest what the of all time, and I call it the what the of all time because I was like, what the heck is happening here? Because I found that major Fortune 500 companies were either not on YouTube or they had less views and less subscribers than me. Okay? Companies like Walmart, Big Lots, Kmart, Winn-Dixie, Hormel, Hershey, okay, and all these companies are U.S.-based companies, but they're very, very big and very, very old, okay? And this also got me excited, and the reason I started looking at these people is because I was recruiting clients, right? I had already gotten Estee Lauder and Dell and some other clients, and I was looking for more, and what I was doing is I was looking at their positioning on YouTube and seeing that they absolutely had no position. So I connected with these companies and said, and specifically I connected with Hershey, and I was trying to figure out what the issue was and why they weren't on YouTube yet. And it's because a couple things. One is that there's too much politics. Two is that they have a marketing budget already listed out for the next 5 years. Three is that it's actually happening, which means that they are in fact looking to go on YouTube and build up brand exposure on YouTube. But these guys are so large that it's really just brand awareness and following a trend, because Hershey is on Facebook, and Hershey got on Facebook about 4 years after Facebook was created. But here's an interesting fact about Hershey, is that when commercials first aired in the world around 1950, or 55, 50, something like that, Hershey actually didn't do their first commercial till 1974. Okay, so that means they're about 20 years late on the trend of advertising with TV. So that makes me think, well, maybe that's the same way with video. But here, this trend of social media, they jumped on board only after 4 years of it being around. So social media, to compare the two, this is much hotter than, say, what television was and what ads were commercially back in the 1950s and 60s and 70s. Okay, this is a very unique and interesting thing that's happening, and because of this, that a lot of people are now understanding that social media is where it's at. Facebook is where they jumped on. YouTube is where they are realizing they have to develop themselves. Okay, and the reason being is because chocolate, guys, receives 906,000 searches on YouTube monthly. Now, I'm not talking about on Google. I'm talking about strictly inside YouTube, because YouTube is kind of considered a search engine. All right, think about it. When you actually go looking for something about a how-to video, where do you go? You go into YouTube. That's the first thing you do. You go how to walk a dog, or how to build an engine. You go to YouTube and you type that in. Now, some people type in kittens and how to see a turtle ride on an alligator's back or something. Those things, yes, they also do. But people are searching inside YouTube, and that's what I'm saying. Chocolate receives 906,000 monthly searches inside YouTube alone. Okay, so if I'm a new chocolatier or someone who creates chocolate, right? Maybe I have a brand and I'm trying to get my brand out there. I would be making videos on YouTube and creating a huge following from that platform, because Hershey is not competing for these results yet. But imagine when they start competing for these results, a lot of that real estate will be taken up. But you can get inside, you can actually do some videos about chocolate and get huge traffic right now because there's nobody competing yet. And so that's what's fascinating, is that there's little competition, big search, and that is like lightning in a bottle, all right? And we have to take advantage of that. And I think it was there was a point in the day, when I say day, I mean a couple years ago or a few years ago, that YouTube was kind of considered the red-headed stepchild of social media, okay? And it really is not, folks, and here's why. There are 850 million users on YouTube, and that number is equal to Facebook. YouTube is also monetizing over 3 billion video views per week globally, and 4 billion video views are received every 24 hours with YouTube. And in fact, in 10 years, 75% of all new TV channels are going to be internet-based channels, okay? What that means is that there aren't going to be other big broadcast companies coming out. Okay, like Turner Classic Movies. These type of cable companies and Fox and ABC and NBC. Everybody's locked in because nothing else is going to be growing in that space. It's all only going to be internet based in regards to growth, right? So here's something that you probably already know or should know, that Google owns YouTube. And in fact, they just spent $100 million to have YouTube compete with broadcast TV this year, okay? And that means that YouTube is going to take a position with the big boys, ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox. And the wonderful thing about YouTube is that it's not just region-based, it's global, right? So if you have different broadcast channels throughout the world, yeah, YouTube is going to be featured all across those spaces. And that's what's so brilliant, is that you're not just locked into, say, a U.S. market if you're in the U.S., or a U.K. market if you're in the U.K., or Australia, or New Zealand. It does not matter. YouTube is a global market. And that's why people can get massive, massive views on one video, up to, you've seen on, videos where you can get 100 million views. And that's because they're not limited to one spot. One person on YouTube could have 5 million views on a video within a few days, and it takes the major ABC, NBC, and CBS, all of them combined, to get, let's say, 1 million views for a TV show over a period of a month, okay, combined. So the change and the difference here is massive, and this is where everything is going. Everything is going online, right? So right now, the entry points into YouTube is low, which is allowing for cheaper ads, cheaper production costs, and an easier connection to your customer base. And I'm really not sure how long it's actually going to stay like that. Okay. So this is what I do personally with my videos. Like I use YouTube for a couple of reasons. One, obviously, is to engage and to build a connection with people and to build a brand, but also to get to the first page of Google, because Google favors video content over any other content due to its engagement factor, which can land highly targeted traffic. And this is where I use what I call the Google side door effect for first page Google ranking. So what I do is I create a video, I easily upload it to YouTube, I then easily title, describe, and tag the video, and then I go through a process that I call my video packaging system, which is about a 13-step process of getting that video the most exposure, and then days later, if not hours later, I can get onto the first page of Google for those keywords that I am trying to attain, that I'm trying to get searched for, right? So if chocolate is what I'm trying to get searched for, I create a video inside YouTube about chocolate, and then I go through my video packaging system to get that video maximum views, maximum engagement, right, and a link building as well, so that I can not only get on the first page of YouTube for chocolate, but I can get inside Google as well, and then I can beat out guys like Hershey, right? Because that's the whole point, is that you can compete in Google with all of those highly competitive keywords, but beat them all out because you're using what I call the side door effect. Okay, you're optimizing videos inside YouTube to then enter onto the first page of Google and beat out all the rest of that highly competitive keyword. Okay, so that's what I started doing, and here's some results. Now this one is for the result of make money with video marketing. This actually took me about 7 days to do. Yeah. Now, since then, excuse me. Since then, this video is actually taken down, and I've gone through a period in a time where I've figured out the best strategies for getting your videos onto the first page of Google. I also figured out the best strategies of avoiding getting videos taken down, avoiding having your channels taken down, because that's a major issue that a lot of people have when they're in the IM space, an internet marketing space. Because first off, they are targeted by other IMers who will mark them as spam just to get them removed, but also YouTube doesn't like something that has maybe make money in the title, right? So, so just so you're aware of that, of those things. But I did get to the first page of Google with make money with video marketing. It took me about 7 days to do. And here is the first page of Google for get free social media buttons. Okay, this took me about 5 days to do. All right, so I know that it actually worked. And the brilliant thing is that in 2012, a lot of things have changed. An awesome article went out in the beginning of 2012 we're talking about the 30 hottest topics that are going to be, the hotbed topics of this year. One of them was mobile. One of them was new photo and video social networks. And so if you guys know Pinterest, that's when Pinterest got hot. And ta-da, YouTube. In fact, they talked about YouTube a few times in the article. And no other topic was actually talked about that many times. And it's because that in 2012, YouTube has made it easier, okay, not to mention that YouTube has always been awesome for getting SEO traffic, but now YouTube has made it easier for click-throughs and more engagement. And it's all due to this panda that you're seeing on the screen right now with the space helmet on and the lightsaber. Okay, or is that a magic wand? I can't tell if that's a magic wand or a lightsaber. But Cosmic Panda occurred. And for those that don't know what Cosmic Panda is, that's just the fancy name that they call the new version of YouTube. Okay, it's the new layout and what you can do with that new layout. That's what's called Cosmic Panda. So what's awesome is that now all these major brands, and this goes back to why it's great for me because I'm a video marketing consultant as well. I have an online business, but then I also have an offline business, and I do both because you need multiple streams of income, in my opinion. So the great thing is that people, businesses, Fortune 500 companies, are now getting wind of this shift occurring with YouTube because of all those changes. And imagine if you can get in touch with them, okay, or if I can get in touch with them, right at the precipice when they're changing their ad placement habits. Think of how much money that I could make as a consultant, and I guess this is one of the things that I teach and I'll help you with if you guys want to learn how to become video marketing consultants. But imagine being able to take advantage of all of these companies making this shift, and it's not that difficult. It just takes a system that you follow to do it. But the thing about these companies is that many of them don't know how to use video marketing, and that's where I come in, and that's where my friends come in, who are big video marketers, because ad agencies actually farm out companies to us because ad agencies don't know how to do video marketing themselves. Okay, they find us to do it for them. They don't know how to do media buys. Okay, so
it's definitely kind of a different style. Yeah.
Okay, now I wanted to have this video play. Now some of you can see it, some of you obviously cannot. I'm just going to turn this down very briefly, but then I'm going to tell you what we're seeing in front of you here, or what you're seeing. Now this is Aura Brush. Now Craig, this is Austin Craig, and Austin Craig is the face of Aura Brush. Now Aura Brush was a product. It was a tongue scraper. And Aura Brush sold 7 million units with YouTube based on this video that you're seeing in front of you. They had 16 million views on this video after a very short period of time, and they did what I call what is called a YouTube promoted video. Okay, they paid to get it out there into the world. All right, so he and I are talking here, and we're talking about real estate. We're talking about getting into YouTube in getting that real estate early. Okay, it's almost like the Wild West, where it's 40 acres and a mule, so to speak, where you can get in and claim your real estate on YouTube now and lock in those keywords, because at some point it's going to change, all right, and you want to get in now. What's interesting about Orabrush is they started on YouTube and sold their units on YouTube. From that, they went offline into major big box companies such as Kmart and Walmart, where now they're selling their Orabrushes all over the world, right? And so that's a very interesting story. So this could be you, right? Or if you have a brand and you want to do just your brand alone, that can also work, right? So I just wanted to share this with you, because this is just an example of some of the things that you can do. So let me ask a very quick question, break up the call here a bit, but how many of you have made videos for yourself or your clients? And Anton, I think you may have to be the one to sort of field this, because as I said, I don't see any of the questions. So how many of you have made videos before? If I could see hands raised, or those who are just listening in, I don't know if you can press a button, or one beep for yes, two beeps for no. I don't know how you can do that, but
Yeah, no,
Anton, if you could just
yeah.
let me know how many people have made videos for either themselves or their clients, that would be great.
Yeah, I can see quite a few yeses coming through here, Casey, from Michael and Carolyn, Ken.
Let's say
Yeah.
they have made videos.
Yep, they've made videos for themselves. Yeah, a couple are saying no, they haven't, but we're getting quite a few yeses.
What is your biggest fear in making a video? I'd like to put that out there. What's your biggest fear when making a video? Sorry to put you on the spot. While you do that, I'm going to take a quick sip of kombucha, which is a green tea drink. So Anton, just let me know if people respond to that question.
Yeah, no, I've got a few themes here, Casey. One is the lack of technical knowledge, in terms of maybe just the technology and what's involved in filming a video. Also, I've got a couple of people here saying just afraid to get in front of the camera. They don't want to actually get in front of the camera and see themselves on camera. Maybe they think they're going to make a bit of a mess of it. And a couple of people here are sort of saying no conversation, or that they're not sure what to say when they get on video.
Okay. So guys, that's great. So let's push on, and I'm going to show you the reasons why I use video, and then how to actually make your videos. This is where you're going to want to take notes, okay? Because we're going to talk about how you can make your videos great, all right? And pinpointed, while at the same time not scripted and connective, so that you can connect with an audience who's watching your videos. So this is why I use video and YouTube. One is for gaining traffic, and one is for keeping traffic. Now, when I'm talking about gaining traffic, I'm talking about using SEO to get to the first page of Google, like we already talked about, and the engagement factor, okay? Because, as we already said, YouTube is a social platform, okay? You can connect with people. You can comment to people. People can send off video comments, very interactive, and people just don't know about all the interaction, okay? Now, it's because YouTube is the second largest search engine on the planet, and it's not even a search engine technically, and it's the third largest site visited online, right? So there's tons of traffic coming to YouTube, and I know how to get traffic because I've done this before with YouTube. I've actually tested this out, and it's actually worked, okay? We did a little bit of trend marketing for one of my clients, to where we anticipated something happening in the market. And then what we did is we created a video and some blog pages to get onto the first page of Google for those keywords of what's going to be happening in the marketplace, to where we got our real estate locked in prior to the trend happening. After the trend occurred, the search results went from 200,000 for that Google keyword to 4 million. So that means that it went from 200,000 people looking for that keyword to 4 million people looking for that keyword. And we had already locked in our real estate. And what happened was we had 1 million hits come through on that particular 5-day period. And we signed up about 25,000 people into our opt-in list and on Facebook as well. Because the problem is our server got shut down. And this was a little mistake on our end. We didn't anticipate that the trend would be so powerful. But once we did it, the server crashed, and we had to then redirect traffic to Facebook, to where we went from 2,000 subscribers or 2,000 subscribers or fans to 11,000 subscribers and fans, and then eventually to about 25,000, 30,000 subscribers and fans. All the while, we were also getting opt-ins into the actual email list. So that's one aspect of doing what video and the power of video can do, especially if you know how to market it properly. Okay, so I don't, all the folks that are saying, I don't like to get in front of the camera. Well, this is the power of video right here. You don't just do it to put yourself in front of the camera and for engagement. That's one aspect that's very powerful, but at the same time, you do it because Google loves video, and Google will give you first page ranking over other forms of content. That's why you should do video. Whether it's, you in camera, you doing an animated video, it doesn't matter. So here's a bit of correspondence that I had with Estee Lauder, which was one of my clients. And I let them know that they should be receiving about 50,000 views in the next 24 hours. What ended up happening, they got about 150,000 views, right? And that was all through a bit of trend marketing. So I'm just showing you these things because this is just to prove that I know how to drive traffic with YouTube, and clients, even these big clients, they try to get as much as they can with viewership. Here's Dell getting 1.5 million views from a campaign we did. And what's interesting about this is if you saw AuraBrush, they had 15 million hits, and Dell has 1.5. Now this video, 1.5 actually happened within a week. But the interesting thing is that people that are really popular on YouTube could have huge traffic, right? And they can beat out big names, big brands. And that's the power, is that you can compete very easily with brand companies. So now that we've talked about getting traffic, let's talk about keeping traffic. Now, how do you keep people watching your videos and staying there or staying on your website? Well, when we're talking about video, I like to say that you must create good and usable content to keep your audience interested, okay? Because this builds trust. An example of this would be how-to videos to keep your audience interested by solving a problem for them, okay? If you teach, and you teach soundly, this will keep traffic, okay? So let me very quickly go over the 3 pillars of video marketing. All right, these are 3 things that you need to do in your videos to have massive success. Number 1 is you have to do strategy and research prior to creating your video. Number 2 is your video has to have a ton of value, and then you have to create engagement based around that value. And number 3, rinse, recycle, and repeat. So you repeat the same process you've just done for the next video, okay? And that's what builds a business. So when we talk about strategy and research, I'm talking about keyword research, competition analysis, and trend marketing by using Google's keyword tool and YouTube's keyword tool. All right, not just one over the other, but when we're discussing video, we want to get seen both in YouTube and Google. And there are 2 different keyword tools that you can use to do this, right? And Google and YouTube use 2 different search algorithms. So even though you might be searching for a specific keyword in Google, it might not translate to YouTube and vice versa. Okay? And don't do it now, but write down, write this down. All you have to do to find YouTube's keyword tool is type into Google YouTube keyword tool and it'll pop up. And that goes the same with Google's keyword tool. Okay? But don't do that right now. Let's stick within the webinar and then you can do it after. So again, as I said, that number 2 is value of content. So you keep your audience interested through good and usable content. You also grab their interest within the first 15 seconds. Okay, now this is something that you need to do in your videos. And you have to have solid call to actions within those videos. And then, as I said, the repetitions. So first 15 seconds, this is what I want you to write down. Okay? Actually, let me jump through here. Let me jump to here. When you're creating your videos, there are 2 types of video content that I consider out of everything. Okay, and I break it down into 2. There are only 2. Entertaining and informative. And a lot of people think of kittens and bunnies when they think entertaining, right? But you can go beyond that. And a lot of people, what entertaining does is entertaining can grab someone's attention within the first 15 seconds. And it doesn't always have to be a kitten, but within the first 15 seconds, you want to be able to get someone to stay on that video, right? So you do that with the entertaining. And then informative, folks, informative teaches someone how to do something, which at that point, these people have a reason to stay on your video, okay? They want to stay because you're teaching them something, right? So here's a video, an example of a car that was made of matchsticks, okay? This means that they have an incentive to stay on because they're going to learn something great. And this is the second type of video, informative. So here's the secret sauce, folks. Entertaining plus informative equals the perfect video, okay? Grab your viewer's attention within the first 15 seconds with the entertainment factor and keep them there with the informative factor. Okay, so some of you might say, well, how do I get them there with the first 15 seconds? Well, this is how you do it. You engage first, and then you create a brand, all right? Now, I don't want this to confuse you, but let me show you an example just by me doing it for you right now, okay? So here we go. I'm going to give you an example, all right? Imagine me on a video. You turn on the video, and you see me talking on the video to you saying this. Hey everybody, welcome. My name is Casey Zeman, and in this video we're going to be talking about how squirrels and hamsters can get along in nature, right? So that was an intro that I just created, right? And then what I do after I create that little intro is I throw out a banner image, okay? An animation, like an intro. You know how like all TV shows have their own kind of intros, like the Ellen DeGeneres show or any show out there has an intro. So that's when you have your intro play, and that's what they mean here by brand, that brand second. So first you introduce your video, then you show your brand, and all that should take about 15 seconds, which holds them there, getting them ready for what you're going to be teaching them or talking about in the video. And that's where then the engagement factor and the informative factor come into play, right? That's when you lead them into this aspect. And that, again, as I said, is the perfect recipe right there. The secret sauce for the perfect video is entertaining and informative. All right? So just remember that if you can. Okay? Okay. So anyone can make a video. Now the reason I say that, and the reason I say it in an echo, I guess, is because I want it to echo in your mind. Do you have this device, and do you know what this device is? And of course you do. Everybody in the world knows what this device is. If you have this device, or you have another smartphone, such as a Droid, this is a reason that you don't have an excuse to make video. And it's because these devices have a built-in HD camera, okay? And what's amazing about that is that video has never been more social than it is now because of these devices. You can create a video, upload it directly into your social network platform in about less than 2 minutes, okay? Whether you're anywhere, whether you're at the zoo or you're at the beach or maybe you've just done an interview, okay? And this is how I'm applying it to your business. Maybe you've just done an interview. Maybe you've just, someone said, hey, Casey, man, I love your course. I've told all my friends about it. They've come through, and I've been able to drive huge traffic for my car dealer company. And this actually is something that happens many times for me when I go speak at a conference. Someone says, hey, I'm one of your masterminds. It was amazing. I just want to say thank you so much. You've actually changed my business around completely, and I just want to thank you for that. What I'll do is, boom, I'll pull out my phone, and I'll say, excuse me, do you mind if I film that, get you on film, and get a little case study video from you? And they're absolutely happy and thrilled to death because I'm also going to probably highlight them on my website. So that is remarkable because I can gather information that's only going to help, and I can connect with my audience in a very real time with this device. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, Casey, that's great, but you know, I've seen iPhone videos and they're shaky and there's a lot of sound in the background and all sorts of stuff can happen. Well, that's why I want to very quickly touch on guerrilla tactics that you can improve your production with, okay? So number one is if you do have an iPhone, there is an adapter, a lens adapter, and my apologies to those who have Droids and other smart devices or not even smartphones. If you don't have a smartphone, then this won't apply to you, but there are similar products out there in the market for Droid, okay? But I'm not going to be talking about it right now. I'm actually going to be discussing for the iPhone specifically, okay? So you can add what's called an Olo clip to your iPhone. Now, the Olo clip has 3 different lenses to it. It has a wide-angle lens, a fisheye lens, and a macro lens. Now, the wide-angle lens just makes everything a little wider, right? And you can get more aspect, and it looks like more like you're watching something in a movie effect, the wide-screen movie, right? The fisheye actually takes a little wider, and then it actually has a curvature to it, to where you're looking at it almost through a fishbowl, right? If you've ever seen open houses generally use this type of video setup. And a macro lens is very cool. A macro lens, I can get very close to my finger and see my fingerprints, the fine detail of my fingerprints with a macro lens. So this adapter, which just easily goes over your video camera that's on your iPhone, is 65 bucks, right? And by using it, you can improve your video quality, change your video quality around, and have awesome options for improving your video creation. So now that's talking about lenses and that's talking about the actual video itself. Well, we need to discuss sound because one thing that people will not forgive when you create a video is lighting and sound. Write that down. Please write that down. Okay, if you're driving, don't write that down, but try to catalog that. So with that being said, I'm showing on my screen what's called a KV Connection 3.5 iPhone adapter. Now this little guy, this adapter, you need to plug it into your iPhone in order to have outside audio devices fitting into your iPhone, okay? Such as an external microphone or a lapel mic. Okay, now the great thing is that all you need is this cool little device in order to get those things to work. And once you do, you plug in that iPhone adapter, and then you can put in a lapel mic or like a microphone. And I use, for my lapel mics, I use what's called the Audio-Technica, because as you can see, the Audio-Technica has a 3.5 millimeter jack which can fit into that adapter. And all you do is you just turn on the mic and it'll start filming. And you're using then high quality audio with your iPhone camera. And this stuff is really mobile. This can fit in your pocket. And this is $26, this particular mic, right? Also, the iPhone mic adapter that I was showing you before, that's also $26. So these things are really affordable, and you can have awesome, awesome, awesome video created and good audio with them. Amazing, yeah? So, a lot of people also ask me, how do I make money with YouTube? Well, here's the thing, guys. You can monetize YouTube by becoming a YouTube partner, all right? Now, a YouTube partner, YouTube will pay you $2 per 1,000 views. And generally speaking, you need to have about 1 million views a month, or 2,000, which will make you $2,000. Now, the difficult thing about that is that it's not that easy to generate that much traffic with YouTube if you've never done it before, right? So, so that's where that's why I went into actually being a consultant and making money that way. But you can also make money from YouTube from these two avenues. One is called Machinima, and the other is called Maker Studio. Now, Machinima and Maker Studio are YouTube. They are YouTube studios, and here's the breakdown. Machinima, excuse me, will pay you $2.50 to $5 per 1,000 views, and you get to keep all of it. However, they don't have a studio, and when I say a studio, they don't have the resources that, say, Maker Studio has. And let me tell you what Maker Studio can do. Maker Studio can pay you. They can give you a full resource based on a studio, but they take half of your income that YouTube pays you. And these are ways that people can make money with YouTube. And a lot of people do this. They're called content creators, and that's what Austin Craig and a few other people were on YouTube. And I know I have friends that do this, and all it really takes is staying on top of putting your videos out there and connecting with people. That's all it does. It's just making videos consistently and building up an audience. But I noticed that was taking a little too long, so I went into the SEO route and became a consultant, even though I'm an actor, so it would make sense that I could probably create a channel for myself and make money from YouTube, but I wanted to make more. So I went the SEO route, and I started getting clients where I was charging about $2,000 on retainer. In the beginning, I had a few clients right out the gate, so within a few months of actually learning this stuff about YouTube, I had a few clients, yeah? So that is the direction I took, and I think it's great because I didn't have to compete and try to get those million views right out of the gate. I could make money and then come back and do that. So I really quickly wanted to cover how do you get clients if you are interested in becoming a video marketing consultant. Well, you can connect with people on their YouTube channels, okay? You can also go to meetup.com events to connect with people who are looking for your services. Or you can go to the local Chamber of Commerce to get local business. Plus, I have some other ones as well, because those above you may have heard of already, but you might not have heard of this. LinkedIn, guys, has the filtering system to where you can connect and find those exact people you're searching for. Now, this is a real-life recruiters actually use this type of thing. And I know this because my brother is a partner at an executive search firm. So you can get in contact with maybe social media managers on LinkedIn for these major brands and say, listen, I want to help you with your video marketing, okay? Or get in touch with ad agencies who will then outsource your business to their existing clients, all right? Now, here are things that many people have issues with, and this is what I asked you before. What are your pain points with video? Well, a lot of people say creating a video is too hard. Building engagement and followers on YouTube takes too long, and I'm telling you, not. It just takes work. It doesn't take hard work. It takes work. And I have one word for you that could solve all of your pains and woes. Outsource. Okay? All you have to do is outsource to get all of the things you need to get done. Now, what I'm talking about is video animation, filmography, sales videos, presentations, case study videos, testimonial videos, any analysis on a video, video uploads, YouTube managing, adding video overlays, doing paid video campaigns, video link building, and more. All these things can be outsourced so you don't have to worry about doing it, okay? Okay, so I want to switch gears now. What time are we at? How long have we been on here? I just want to see where we're at with time. Anton, how are we doing on time? Just let me know if you're there, buddy.
Yeah, I'm here, Casey. Yeah, we've been running for
forward.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we've been running for just on an hour now. Just on an hour.
So we're at an hour mark right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so very quickly, let me show you the new YouTube. Okay. This is what the new YouTube looks like. All right. You guys see this? Now, this is what the old YouTube looks like. All right. Let's look at that again. The new YouTube, the old YouTube, the new YouTube, and the old YouTube. So, the new YouTube, you can see here, right at the top here, that all the clickable links are above the fold, okay? When someone has to scroll down, that's usually below the fold, but all the clickable links are above the fold right here. And this is power that was never there before with the old YouTube. You can see the old YouTube, all the clickable links are down here, and I can't even get to them, yeah? Because all the videos were right there, okay? And clickable links were found within your description area, but the new YouTube has made it extremely easy now to make your branding and click-throughs to your website much better, okay? And this is branding that only partners generally get. And remember how I talked about partners? So what I want to do is I very quickly want to show you something that's going to be pretty massive for you, okay? Now, do you notice this thing right here? See, I call it a no-cost branded overlay. Do you see that? It was actually on the old YouTube as well, right? But here's the deal. This is what I started to teach this in almost the beginning of this year, and this is stuff that no one knows about. All right. Now, this is a ninja tactic that I'm going to talk to you about very quickly, and I teach you how to do this. Okay. Now, I don't know if we have time to actually go through and show you how to do it, but I teach you how to do this. So it looks almost like a Google ad, doesn't it? If you've ever seen YouTube videos, you know that a Google ad can pop over your video. But instead, what if you had that video up, and instead of Google popping over that video, it was your own advert, okay? It was your own advertisement. Let me show you what I mean by that. Okay. Let me show you. Do you see my screen right now, guys? I'm at YouTube. I'm at YouTube right now, and you'll see. Let me pause that. That there is an overlay right here on this video, and guess what? This video actually goes to not a Google ad, but it goes to my own.
Hey everybody, how are you? This is Keith.
Website or advertisement. And I send traffic, folks, to a webinar. This is where I'm driving traffic from my videos to a webinar. You see that? You see how cool that is? And guess what? The brilliant thing about this is that I didn't have to necessarily pay to have that on there. Okay? I didn't have to pay to get this clickability. This is a loophole that most businesses don't know about. And I'm going to show you how to do this. All right? I show you how to actually add this overlay on your videos where you don't have to pay for it. Is that cool or what? Are we getting any questions or comments coming through?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry, Casey. Yeah, I had a few questions here. I mean, like you said, we might not have time to cover it, but obviously a few questions coming in basically asking how do you do that?
Oh, you want to know how to do it?
Well, I think a lot of the people would like to know how to do it. If we can briefly cover it, I'm sure people wouldn't mind.
Okay, very quickly, let me show you how you do this. Now, you will have to create what's called a Google AdWords campaign. Now, some of you may know what that is, some of you may not, but there are videos I teach about all this stuff, okay? My teaching method is I show you 5-minute chunks of very easy and digestible information so you can learn this stuff. But you have to create a video AdWords, an AdWord campaign. And then what you're going to do, once you create a channel, you're going to go into your settings tab of your channel. You're going to scroll down to learn to promote your video. And then, excuse me, you can create video campaigns for these, for videos, essentially, okay? You can create campaigns. Now, there's that way you can get into it, or once you upload a video, let's just go back, see if I can, it's not going back, so let me just go into YouTube. Once you upload a video, you can go into your video manager, and you can actually go in and create an ad from here. So you click on this arrow down on any of these videos, and you go to promote. By going to promote, it will prompt you through these aspects. So let's say I were to set up United States, yeah, US dollar, continue. Let's say 10000. Use, okay, continue. Add a headline. I'd add a headline like Casey Zeman webinars. Learn how to webinar with the easy webinar plugin. Okay, continue. Since YouTube video ads are managed through Google AdWords for video, next you will need to sign into AdWords for video with your YouTube or Google account. So they're prompting you through this process. I should already be up and going with my campaign because I should be in there already. Okay. Now they're saying you have to spend $14,000 to be able to get that many views. So that's kind of a lot, isn't it? Yeah, that's kind of a lot for 7 days. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to change this. I don't want to spend that much. So let's say $1. Continue. Oh, so I have to have a minimum of $5.25. Continue. 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 Okay. Confirm. All right, now it's loading, yeah? And now I just created that video. I think I did it through, let's say, this one right here, Campaign 2. That's what this one was, yeah? There it is right there. So what I do after I create that video campaign, all I do is click pause. Okay? And by clicking pause, I can now go back in and go back to YouTube and go to that video. YouTube.com. Yeah? Go back into that video in my video manager. Now that I paused it, it was this one, right? This is the one. Click Edit. And check it out. I now have what's called a call to action overlay. Okay? And so what I did here is I paused this campaign, right? But what it automatically does when you create the campaign is it adds this tab into your admin section for the video, so that now you can add a clickable overlay. So you then put headline, Casey Zeman, webinar registration, or webinar, register for the webinar, register for the webinar, all about video marketing and webinars. All about video marketing. Learn these skills for top ranking on Google. Top ranking. Okay, there we go. Now, I can put an image URL here, which you don't have to, but you can if you want. Sometimes a sneaky thing that I do is I go into Google, right, and I'll go Google search, and I'll look up, let's say, register for webinar, okay? Then I'll go into images and see if I can get some register. There we go. So look at that. Click on that. I get the full-size image. I take this URL, copy it, go back into YouTube, pop it in right there, yeah? And then now I have the image. So now that's there. Okay, so the display URL, I'm going to make this my website, easywebinarplugin.com. The destination URL, I don't like to put in the same URL. I want to go and make sure I have it tracked. So what I'll use is bit.ly, right? Or I'll use what I call linktracker.com. So I'm going to go into bit.ly, just for the heck of it now. I'm going to type in www.easywebinarplugin.com. Yeah? I'm going to then grab this URL where I can now track all my links coming through. Go back into YouTube, pop that right there, take out the HTTP, and click Save Changes. Now, once that's saved, it says it's saving still. So once it's saved, we are going to go and look at it on the video page and see if it actually worked. Okay? Okay, so does this make sense for you guys? Let's see if it actually did that. No, stay on this page. It's still thinking. So while it's thinking, I'm going to show you guys something while it's thinking. So that's how you do it. You pause the campaign. See how it's paused, yeah? That's the one that we did. You pause the campaign, and then you can still take advantage of the branded overlay. Now, here's something that I want to show you, though. What I like to do is I like to actually use Google AdWords for video to promote my videos, okay? So I'll pay for traffic. So check it out. I pay $35 to get 300 clicks to my website, okay? I'm getting an average of 2 cents per cost per view. So that means every person that watches it, it's cost me 2 cents, yeah? So out of 296 people who click onto the website, let's say 10% actually come to the webinar. They register for the webinar. So 30 people actually register for the webinar. Of those 30, we have another 3 people from the webinar buy the product, right? My product is $343. So 3 times 343 is that's 1,000. That's $1,100. Yeah, is that right? I think it's $1,100 bucks. Something like that. Let's see, because 333 is 9, and an additional. No, it's $1,050. Let's say $1,050. $1,050. And to get that $1,050, I'm spending $35. No one else online is teaching this, okay? Because no one knows about it yet. So you guys are very fortunate to be able to come in and see this right now. So let's just see if this worked.
Hey, everybody.
Okay, so there, it did work. Yeah? You see that? Here's the overlay. Here's the video. And this clicks through right to my website. All right? Yeah, you see that?
Webinars are hot right now.
Now,
They're an easy way to deliver.
I actually drive traffic most of the time to my to webinars, not to a sales page, because I find that webinars work better than sales pages. Okay, that's what I find personally, and that's a method that I use that creates that conversion. Remember in the beginning, I talked about you need a product that not only creates traffic, right, which I use traffic with YouTube, but then you need to convert that traffic. Well, what I use to convert the traffic is, can you take a guess? I just showed you this. Webinars. That's what I use to convert the traffic. And here's some success that I've had. Within 5 months, webinar income, I've made $109,000, okay, from webinar income, from automated webinar income sources, using both YouTube and then also using my product, Easy Webinar Plugin, my automated webinar software to automate everything. So the full traffic and conversion system that I use is I drive traffic with YouTube, I convert the traffic and have them sign up for the web form. They watch the presentation, I sell them a quality product, I show them a quality product, and really the product at that point sells itself, and that's what gets sales, okay? So this is an example, a template of what our software does. This is my own software, Easy Webinar Plugin, and it creates a registration page, as you can see, that will show up in people's time zones no matter where they are in the world. And that's what's really cool about this software, is that if you're in Malaysia, then this time zone is going to be showing up at your time zone, okay, so that you can watch this webinar, which is pre-recorded, folks. That's what an automated webinar is, for those that don't know. It's a pre-recorded webinar event. You can actually set this up so that people in other time zones can watch it in real time on their own, or they can watch it scheduled for a later time in their time zone. Very, very, very powerful, and this is what gets sales for me. This converts at 20 to 25% for me, which is pretty remarkable. Okay, so this is the system, as I said, that I use, and I oftentimes do this and talk about the benefits of doing it, because I want to be able to just sit back and relax. Okay, I want to be able to enjoy my life, and that's what being able to set a system like this up does. It allows you to sit back and enjoy your life, to where you have to set it up front, but really, guys, you can set up a webinar in a day, and you could drive traffic and pay for video ad stuff based on going through my course and learning about it within maybe a week or two. And you could have an automated business from traffic to conversion up and running within 30 days, right? And the idea of this is that you can just sit back and relax. And so this is a system that I'm very passionate about. It's worked really, really well for me. And it makes sense because I'm not spending a lot on ad dollars. I'm making huge, huge margins based on what I'm spending and the profit that actually comes through after the expenditure. So to me, this is an absolute no-brainer of a system. So I'm really, really excited to have stumbled upon it myself and actually using it myself, and to be able to talk to you guys about it today. So, so I want to ask you guys: does this sound powerful? Does this sound exciting? And does this sound like something that you may want to get involved in? So Anton, just let me know what people may say.
Yep, I'm getting some yeses coming through, Casey. Yep, people wanting to learn more. Yeah, no,
Awesome.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the thing, folks. You don't have to quit your full-time job. Many of us, we have to continue to make money while we learn these skills and trades, because this is a trade. Yeah, this is a skill set that you have to learn. And bravo for you for actually being on this call, which only probably 0.5% of the world knows about, or less than that probably. 0.25%, not 25%, but 0.25% of the actual world understands online marketing and sales stuff. So bravo for you for actually taking that and learning about this stuff. So as I said, you can do other things while you were doing this particular process and learning this process and implementing this process. And as I said, this doesn't have to be your only online business. In fact, I have people that come through my course that are affiliate marketers. And affiliate marketers have many different products that they promote, right? So this is a perfect example of what affiliate marketers can use to drive traffic to many different offers. And as I said, you can have more than one of these going at the same time. In fact, that's what's so brilliant is that you can have one product and then set up multiple testing webinars with that product. So let's say I have my product. Let's say that my product is a dog collar. Let's say a flealess dog collar. So you put on the dog collar and the fleas are gone. So you create a webinar about that, but you create a video inside YouTube. But let's say you create 3 videos inside YouTube, 3 different types of webinars, and you test out which ones are doing well based on the system that you learned from me. And then you follow up with the one that's doing really well, and you base out what you're going to do from now on the one that does really well. Yeah. So you can test this out. You can do what this is called split testing with this software and with the system. It's really, really powerful. And again, please remember, this business works on autopilot, okay? So you don't have to continue to helicopter parent this system, all right? You've created, set it up initially, which is some work. You got to put some time into it, okay? You know, that's the idea, is that you still need to implement this and put some time into it. But once you do, then it's a question of just tweaking it every so often, yeah? Okay? So that's the system. And I just very quickly wanted to talk about some of the customers that come through and in some of the case studies that have come through as family members of YouTube Revealed and the system that I teach. Here are just a few, here's a couple folks. Roshan Khan took my course. Roshan Khan is one of the largest Facebook offline consultants out there. He has a 7-figure social media business, and he rolls in YouTube and video marketing into his book of business based on the course that he took with me. Keith Everett is somebody else who's also gone through the course, and he's done massive, massive results with video, and I also think he's done quite well with webinars as well. The interesting thing about my course, guys, is that even if you don't want to do webinars, you don't have to. The course is primarily teaches you a traffic system with YouTube that you can implement whether you are learning to be a social media manager, learning if you maybe have a product that you want to market, if you have an offline business that you want to market. And then webinars are just that extra, it's just that extra amount of conversion. You know, I'm just giving you just that much more that you can take to the bank, okay? That additional level. So a lot of people come through my course, they don't even worry about the webinar stuff because they want to focus more on the on YouTube, or vice versa. Some of them want to focus more on the webinars, right? So we also have Chris Farrell, who's one of the top marketers on the planet. I teach him. He comes to me, as well as Joe Barnes. You guys know Joe Barnes. Both of these two folks come to me with questions about video all the time, and we go back into their communities and answer questions. And so they've both gone through my teaching and are pretty rabid fans and good friends. Amelia Smith also did some really great stuff with video. She had a WordPress themed thesis that she does tutorials with, and she got listed on the first page of Google for WordPress thesis tutorials based on videos that she was creating, based on the teachings that I gave her. So we also have people that come through the course that kind of do the offline thing as well. Let me see if I can find my mouse. Here it is. So here are some more folks. Lyle Huddleston. He's gone through the course, and he's actually made many video testimonials for me based on the excitement of what he's learned in the course. And then here's Peter Lisiaga, and Peter Lisiaga has an offline business, and he's driving a ton of traffic to his website, which in turn brought people into his his martial arts studio. Okay, so that's just an example of somebody else who comes through the course. Now, here is John Munns. Now, John is a mastermind student. Now, my masterminds are folks that I work one-on-one with personally in a very private, very exclusive coaching program. Okay. Now, John, he wanted to learn more about video marketing. He was already doing some video production stuff, but he wanted to learn more. When he came into the course, his business grew exponentially because he was then able to roll in video marketing into his book of business, and I gave him some really great ways of finding more clients out there. Yeah? So it's terrific. Here's another student. This is Livy Catalina of Crazy Sales. So crazysales.com.au is one of the largest commerce discount commerce sites in Australia, and they came through my mastermind course. Yeah, and she says here, Casey's style and honesty was what attracted our company to working with them. We have since the mastermind continued to get hugely powerful knowledge from Casey, and it shows in our bottom line. Thanks, Casey. So they came through my mastermind, and it just goes to show that I have many different people coming through my coaching program, from people that don't know anything about video to people that are major companies that that want to roll in video into what they're doing in their company. So here are some of my brand customers of YouTube Revealed. As you saw earlier, Estee Lauder, Dell, Crazy Sales, Flash Mob America. I've actually have a flash mob company that I've done work with, and I use them to this day for some of my marketing initiatives, because a flash mob is really great for different for actually attracting more customers. So these are my brand customers, as well as people that have come through YouTube Revealed, the actual course. So let me just show you this screenshot, and I don't want it to be too daunting for you, but this is what YouTube Revealed consists of. Now, I know it's a lot of information here, but here's the thing. This is a membership site. This is also a lifetime membership site, meaning we're always adding to it and providing more content, more engagement, and we're trying to create a community, a family here, okay? So we add content all the time, and it doesn't matter if you're brand smacking new to this business, or if you've been using YouTube already and you have millions of views. I have some masterminds that have come through that have millions of views, but they weren't optimizing those views right, and they weren't making any money. See, even if you get millions of views coming to your website, or sorry, millions of views coming to your videos, there's a chance you're not going to make any money, a big chance. So what people come to me with is they want to find out, Casey, how do I monetize all this traffic I'm getting? And I show them. And same goes with those who aren't using YouTube at all to drive traffic. I show them how to do that. So we're going to take you from the very beginning all the way through. So beginner module 1 is the beginner course. Okay, so from the bare nuts to bolts, we show you how to set up a YouTube channel, how to integrate it with Google, Gmail, and how to set it up from the beginning, all new. Module 2 is the intermediate course, where we show you how to do video SEO. I show you the difference between Google and YouTube keywords. We talk about title describing and tagging, and thumbnails and things like that. We move then into one of my favorite courses inside YouTube Revealed, which is the advanced course. Now, the advanced course talks about the traffic system, all the things you can do with YouTube to drive tremendous amount of traffic through automation, through my packaging system, through case studies, and remember, through AdWords for video, okay, through paid traffic, okay. This is the meat of the actual course, and this is what you pay for right here, right? All of the awesome things that you can do with the traffic, okay. But remember, you see, as I said, I don't throw this at you right away. This is something you build up to if you're brand spanking new. And then I show you all the Cosmic Panda integration. So all the new things that have occurred in 2012, we have a module all devoted to that. Okay, so you can get all the new information for having best click-throughs. Then we have a lot of bonus modules, okay? And I wanted to add these bonus modules so that you had a bit more meat into this site that helped you with having a full-on online business. We have interviews from experts all around the world who are video marketing experts, LinkedIn experts, other social media experts, such as Gideon Shalwick, Mark Robertson. We have Kate Buck, Nick Peel, and many more, Chris Farrell. And this is really great because you can learn from these folks and see, what they're teaching and how they're teaching it. Module 7 is video hosting. Remember initially I talked about what you should do for your websites and what you shouldn't? How in the beginning I was saying that I had some of my videos taken down from YouTube because I was using YouTube as a hosting platform, but not so much as a traffic. Since then, I changed my habits. Now it's only for traffic, and all my videos that are on my websites, I actually use my own hosting, and I teach you guys how to do that. Because what I had to do is I had to switch out 80 videos that were all hosted on YouTube when YouTube canceled my account based on someone spamming my account and getting me closed down. Okay, so I had to learn the hard way, and I don't want you to learn that way. I also then have a full resource area where we have video templates, PowerPoint templates. We have call to action bumper videos, so subscribe videos. Like we have you can add these to your existing videos, an intro that says, please subscribe, or an outro that says, share this on Facebook, those type of things. We have those. You also get my full outsourced Rolodex, and if you ever want to know how to create a video or do anything with video production, we have an area where you can just pop in, I want an animated video or a hybrid video, and we will get it done for you, okay? All right, and we also have, as I said, we have a module where we teach social media from the experts, okay? This is a really great module. I personally love this one. But this one is one of the best ones also, is that we will give you, we'll hold your hand and show you how to do some production stuff. So if this is your first time with video, you can learn all about like what is a video and what is a video file, how to upload, cameras to use, excuse me, lighting and sound, and so much more. Plus, we show you how to do screen capture software, PowerPoint, all sorts of stuff inside this place, because we wanted to give you a full area, full site that was devoted to video, no matter whether it's production or marketing. Module 11, WordPress Revealed. This means that if you've never built a website before, I'm going to show you how in these I think it's 6 to 7 videos where we show you how to set up a WordPress site, okay, from start to finish. And then we also have WordPress integration with YouTube and video as well in there. And then, of course, webinar training. So we show you the best results for getting massive conversions with webinars inside YouTube Revealed, as well as the Easy Webinar plugin. And then, if you guys are interested in being social media consultants or video consultants, I have in here a full course devoted to teaching you how to be the best video marketing consultant or consultant all around that you can be, okay? And as I said, we have consultant presentations, consultant contracts you can just download and rebrand for yourself, okay? I also show you a method that I use personally that I get contracts with, and that is a video sales letter for closing sales. That's what I use, okay? And I welcome you to learn and understand and use that for yourself. Plus, as I've already said, the Google AdWords for video. This is hugely powerful, and nobody else is teaching this online anywhere. And again, the value of this course alone is $485. Google AdWords for video, I mean. For this module alone is $485, but it's all rolled into YouTube Revealed, okay? And no one else, as I said, is teaching this. Plus, you're going to be getting my 11, actually I think it's now 13-step video packaging system. Now, this is a step system that I use to charge clients today $5,000 per month, because I create the videos for them. I then use this system to get the most traffic and most engagement in those videos. You know, if you think about it, you're not going to make you're not going to send a package out without the right taping or without the right padding inside, right? Same with putting a video out in the world. Also, for those that were worried about learning how to be a presenter, I have Steve Trister's professional presenter blueprint in here. And now Steve was so gracious to give this to us. He sells this for $4.97. It's actually rolled into YouTube Revealed. So if you want to learn how to become a presenter, you can do so. Okay. So you get all of that, okay? This is all of what you get for YouTube Revealed, okay? And you're also going to be getting my Easy Webinar plugin as well, which is valued at $343, okay? And it is for the unlimited webinar platform. This is a system that you have to pay $343 for at easywebinarplugin.com. I'm going to be rolling that in so that you're going to be getting YouTube Revealed, the full lifetime membership for $3,000 that is valued at $3,757, and the Easy Webinar plugin, which is valued at, I'd say, $5K a month, because of which you can have this as your rolled into an offline business where you charge clients to set up their webinars. Yeah. So both of these together are what you're going to be getting with the lifetime course, which costs, okay, here's the drum roll, this is what it actually costs. Instead of $840 for Easy Webinar plugin and YouTube Revealed, it's actually only on this webinar, we have to actually set this up manually for you because of what we're doing on this webinar, but it's $497, okay? $497 for both the system and the plugin itself, and the Easy Webinar plugin itself, all right, combined. Now, that onto itself is hugely powerful, and I can only offer it on this particular webinar, okay? Any other time, $497 is what we sell YouTube Revealed by itself alone with. But I talked to Tony and I talked to Anton, and I told them that we'd actually roll in the Easy Webinar plugin as well for that, with that. So what you have to do to take action is go to http://youtubereveal.com/GRA. And Anton, if you want to type that in so that they can see that, okay? Now we're going to take questions and we're going to do Q&A, so please stay to the end because we're going to be doing Q&A, and I have a free gift for you to get to at the end, okay? But GRA, so it's youtubereveal.com/GRA. And I welcome you to take action. I recommend that you take action to change your business around, okay? So here is something else that I'm going to be offering too. For a few of you, I can only take 10 of you, I have what I call my mastermind program. My mastermind program gets you YouTube Revealed, the membership site, the plugin, and then one-on-one coaching. Remember how I showed you John Munz and a few other of those folks? They were in my mastermind program. So if there are a few of you that want to take advantage of getting one-on-one training with me, where we go over assets and we figure out ways to improve your business through coaching calls, emergency calls, strategy calls, then come on through. Now this usually costs $2,997, but on this webinar it's only $997, okay? Or, check it out, I have a 3-pay option for $379 now, $379 30 days from now, and $379 30 days from then. And that's the coaching program that gets you all of what I already showed you, plus coaching, one-on-one, high-end training with me personally. Personally, not an assistant, but me personally on the phone with you, okay? So what you would do is you go to youtubereveal.com/GRA, and Anton, if you could type that into the box so everybody could see that and click through right from the webinar itself. And do let me know if that link works. If you guys can test it out, and Anton, let me know if people are testing it out and if it's actually working for them or not. Okay.
I'll put it in the chat for everyone there, Casey, so they should be able to click it now.
Okay. And as I said, the coaching, you get 3 hours coaching session. You get 2 emergency calls. You get the Easy Webinar plugin and system, okay, which is around $400 to actually buy this, but $5,000 value. But here's something else you're going to be getting. A 60-second sales video valued at $700. I'm also rolling that into the Mastermind program, okay? All right, so let me see if I have something like that for you here. Here it is right here. So let me actually go in right here. Number one reason why you should join the Master program is because my success only came after I actually started working with someone one-on-one, okay? That's when I started making money in my business because I wasn't, this was not a hobby at that point, it was an actual business. Number two is collaboration. We can collaborate on getting your product and service in front of all of those folks who need it, whether they're in my network of over 2,000 affiliates or masterminds or marketers or online relationships with list owners, or outside that group, I help you to build those relationships with those people, okay? Because I have relationships already built in that you're going to be able to use, okay? Take advantage of. And number three, I just mentioned this earlier, the special extra free bonus. And remember, guys, this is only for the mastermind. This is for the $997 or the 3 payments of $379 that you're getting the coaching and you're getting this.
You have a great product. Sales have been good, and you're ready to take your company
60-second sales video.
To do this, you need to spread the
Okay, a 60-second sales video that generally costs $700, and we're going to create this for your business, rolled into the price. So you not only get the coaching, and by the way, guys, I charge $3,000 per hour for coaching. All right. So that being said, actually, sorry. Where would that go? Yeah, sorry, no. That being said, $700 is a steal for this. You actually get this. And I apologize. I meant to say I charge $1,000 per hour. So $3,000 value is the actual coaching that you get, and then this is $700 value because you're actually getting a 1-minute sales video created for you. Okay. So we also want to let you know that this is a lifetime course. So in 10 years, if we're doing holographic replicas, we teach you all of how to do that. And you'll be happy to know that you got in at the lowest price point possible. Okay? Now, we also have a 30-day money-back guarantee. And this means that if you go through the course and you're not really interested in the course, we will give you your money back. Now, if you go through the mastermind course, if you and I get on the phone, unfortunately, I devote my time to you, I cannot give you a refund based on that, okay, based on the time that I'm committing to you. But if you're willing to put the commitment in, all my masterminds have huge success. I don't have one mastermind that does not have the success based on the coaching that we did. So guys, I welcome you to take action today at youtuberevealed.com/GRA, and I'm really excited to work with you, whether you choose to take the mastermind course or whether you choose just to jump into the lifetime course, which gives you the Easy Webinar plugin. Either way, I'm excited to work with you. So for those people who took action or are taking action, I want you to stick around after the Q&A because I just very quickly want to show you what you'll be getting once you become a member so that you know what to expect. All right? So once you become a member, you're going to get access to YouTube Revealed right away. And then what we have to do is we have to create your account for Easy Webinar plugin, but that doesn't take long, and you should get some emails about that. Okay, so again, youtuberevealed.com/GRA. Now, I wanted to do a quick Q&A. Are there any questions about anything at all that I can answer right now for the next few minutes?
I've got a couple questions here, Casey, that came through earlier. Michael was asking, with the overlays on the YouTube videos, can they be geo-targeted?
Yes, they can.
Yep.
You can target any video, any ad, because there's location aspect to uploading a video. And if you're doing an AdWords for video campaign, I mostly do geo-targeting because I'll go into Google Insight and look up where a keyword is most searched in whatever part of the world, and then I'll use that information to do location-based targeting for my video campaigns.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but I'll probably check with the expert, Casey. Can you add overlays or advertising to anybody else's videos?
No, you cannot. Now, the interesting thing is, and I didn't show you guys this, but inside the Google AdWords for Video area, you can use other people's videos to promote the advertisement. But you're only getting, I think, one of the TrueView formats that actually work. And now, TrueView formats are the YouTube promoted formats that your video will be marketed as, and that's in Slate, in Stream, in Display, and in Search. Now, when you use somebody else's video, I believe it's in Display and in Stream are the only two clickable links that go back into your website. Excuse me, the other two do not work. So, and you cannot add an overlay to somebody else's video unless that channel has been linked up to your Google AdWords campaign specifically. Okay, and usually that you need to get the approval from a channel owner and then have a contact within Google who will actually connect them. And I've done that before. So if you guys want to know about that, I can teach you that personally through my mastermind course.
Right. There's a few people asking, Casey, you know, for those that are maybe sort of quite new to YouTube marketing or sort of newbies in regards to the whole internet marketing sort of career, how sort of newbie friendly is your course, and how would people like that handle it?
Absolutely. You know, I was taught by, or I was mentored by a good friend of mine, Chris Farrell, and Chris always taught me three simple words. Well, no, keep it four words. He said, "Keep it simple, stupid," is what he said to me. And there was never a dig on anybody, but he was like, "What you need to do is teach in a very simple way, very easily to understood way." Because, you know, I have complex knowledge, right, based on experience. But I never had experience in the beginning. I had to learn all of this stuff. And I didn't know anything about online marketing. I didn't know how to create a website in the beginning of my career, starting in, you know, before 2010. I had to learn all that. And I learned just from getting great teachers who know how to teach 5-minute increments of data. And so I based all of my teaching on that. I teach 5-minute increments, easily digestible from the beginning, so that if you don't know anything about video or YouTube, you can learn it from this course. And then go up in your learning, you get better and better and better, and you get more knowledge, more knowledge. We teach you more about keywords. We teach you how to drive traffic. And so it's a build-up, you know, and I don't want you to over and inundate yourself by trying to learn too much too soon. This is great because what you can do is you can take maybe 5 videos and learn them in one day, and then go maybe the next day and learn another 5, or skip a day in between and let your brain relax. You can also download our ebook. We have YouTube Revealed, the ebook, which is over 250 pages that you can read at your leisure to go through the process as well. So I give you a couple mediums of content. I give you video because obviously video is a really great teaching source. But at the same time, if you are at work and you want to download something and read it on your off time, you can download the ebook and have it available to you. So, and the ebook goes from the beginning to the end. Yeah, goes from beginner to advanced. So I hope that answers the question.
We've got a few questions coming in, Casey, in regards to at the very beginning of the webinar, you talked a little bit about that YouTube don't particularly like make money online or the whole sort of internet marketing type products. If you know, are there ways around that within YouTube to get around that if people are in that particular niche and they are promoting make money online offers or free giveaways,
Yeah.
things like that?
My recommendation is don't have make money in the title, because YouTube will red flag that. Plus, you could have other marketers that will purposefully spam you or mark you as spam, so that to tell YouTube to flag you and remove you. So you don't want to do that. You want to find other ways to have a title that doesn't say make money with X, Y, and Z. Okay. You can have it in the description area, but don't put it in the title, because the title is the first thing that gets flagged. Okay. I think you can say opportunity, maybe, yeah, instead of make money. You can also, what I put in as the tags or the title is I put what people are searching for, and if someone is searching for make money with Facebook, yeah, they're looking for that, but maybe they're also looking for Facebook strategies. So I would change that up and put Facebook strategies. Now, if you want to be that guy that does those videos and creates those, well, all you have to do is you just have to make sure you're creating many different accounts, and that you understand that YouTube can cancel your account at any time. And there are methods that you can use to drive a lot of traffic, get on the first page of Google, and really hone in on all that real estate by taking maybe one video, repurposing that video over 1,000 different times, like cutting clips out of that video so they're different every single time, and then optimizing that same, that video 1,000 times over, and building up that real estate. And you do that over maybe 100 channels. So 100 channels, on each channel you have 10 videos, all the same video. Chances are some of those you might get canceled upon, but that's what some sneaky affiliate marketers do. I don't necessarily believe in that, but I can't say that it's not something that I know people do, and because they do have success with it. It's just that YouTube is trying to crack down on people that aren't content creators, or original content people. But there are certainly black hat methods that you can do to get yourself out there and seen. And I've definitely taught them before, but I say with great power comes great responsibility. So just be aware of that.
Oh, thanks for that answer, Casey. Carolyn was saying she's actually had the experience, I believe, Casey, of having her channel banned or her videos removed, but what she's saying was that it wasn't the title that caused it, it was the site that she was linking to. Could you sort of maybe expand on the ramifications of where you're taking the links? Like obviously in your case you were taking it to your webinar product or your webinar replays. Do you have to be careful of where your links go to in terms of YouTube auditing those types of things?
Well, I haven't had experience in it being what it links to. I think if it's outside of their guidelines, such as pornography or something violent or things like that, that's bad. But when you're driving traffic to a website or a webinar, it's okay to send traffic directly to a sales page because people are doing it right now. It's just that sometimes if you're promoting a video like that, the sales page has to be in line with what Google AdWords terms of services are. So I'm not sure what the instance was where your video, what website you were using. What was her name? Sorry.
Carolyn.
Carol?
Carolyn.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what instance that was, Carolyn, that what site that you were driving traffic to, but most of the time I hear that it's through either doing automation outside of the terms of service of YouTube, or it's through keyword spamming or title spamming. So, but I'm curious to know what they said and what site that was.
See, Carolyn's just put a comment in here. Where I don't want to get too caught up in it, Casey, but she's saying that she's it's her own site. It sort of says I'm just trying to read it properly. Caritaskipper.com, and she's just saying here that it linked the site that it was linked to was her own site, and it gives away a free report and a free membership, but it was considered unsafe site according to Google AdWords.
So you promoted through that, yeah. So that sounds like it was promoted through Google AdWords through YouTube. So you paid for that, right?
It sounds like it.
Yeah. If you just do the branded overlay and pause the campaign, you're not actually paying for anything, and you're not actually having a you're not actually paying for anything. So it doesn't affect it so much. But yes, you have to, if you're going to do an AdWord campaign, it has to stay within the guidelines of Google AdWords. If it doesn't, then Google AdWords, who controls YouTube as well, or Google AdWords for video, will ban you. Okay. Now, in regards to shutting down your YouTube account, that's an interesting thing that they actually did that. Usually, what they'll do is they'll just cancel your Google AdWords, campaign. They'll shut you down from Google AdWords. But I've been shut down from Google AdWords before as well. I want you to start thinking of them as separately, though. YouTube is separate from Google AdWords. Now, I've had a Google AdWords campaign that was shut down, and a YouTube campaign that was shut down. But the Google AdWords, you can always get another one as well as YouTube. You can always get another Google AdWords campaign, and I've done that as well. So,
I think that's what she was saying there, Casey. That she was saying that I think her YouTube account is fine, but her Google AdWords account was the one that got shut down.
Yes, that's what I thought she meant. Yeah. So that's what happens. Your Google AdWords account can get shut down, but you can always, again, create a new one. What I do is I create a new channel, I create a new Gmail account, and I create a new Google AdWords account so that I can do my overlays and my promoted videos in Google AdWords with those new accounts. And I kind of learned from the previous issues. In Google AdWords, they're okay with it. I use the same credit card on my other campaigns, and they don't say anything. They don't say, we see that you've used this card before, and we've canceled you out already. They're not looking to do that for life because they want to still get paid, right? So don't worry. You can always create a new Google AdWords account and a YouTube account for that matter, even if they say you're banned for life. Doesn't matter. That's what they say. So any other questions?
So let me have a look here, Casey. In terms of the, you were talking about the overlays before. A couple of people said that it obviously it went through quite quickly. Can you cover that off in the course? I'm assuming.
The course has over 20 videos of Google AdWords for video, the overlays, and how to actually promote within Google AdWords, like a real promotion. And how I get, as I showed you before, I get 3,000 click-throughs in 30 days. Cost me pretty much $300 to get all that. Yeah, and I can drive great traffic, and I can convert that traffic with my webinar software very easily. So I'm spending $300, but I'm also making a huge amount of money. The margin, as I showed you before, was ridiculous. So yeah, I have tons of videos all about that. I have also a webinar in there that covers all that stuff as well. So yep, that's just one of many aspects of what you get inside YouTube Revealed. We talk about the branded overlay. We talk about how to do Google AdWords for video promotions. And that's where you're spending the money. I mean, that course alone, which I was looking at doing on its own, I'm going to probably sell for $485 on its own. Right? Because it's so powerful, and I've had good success with it. But right now, for those that don't know about it so much, you guys can get it all rolled in together with the rest of YouTube Revealed and the Easy Webinar plugin. So you can go, I welcome you guys to check out YouTubeRevealed.com and see what the pricing is for those. and go to easywebinarplugin.com, see what the pricing is for those, and realize that $497 for both lifetime course of YouTube Revealed and Easy Webinar Plugin, the unlimited membership, is huge. I mean, this is a one-time thing. You're not going to be getting it anywhere else, but here right now at this webinar. So it's like this is a really pretty big opportunity. So and I, again, as I said, I welcome you to check it out and see how big of an opportunity it is. And I would love to see you guys in my mastermind course. That's where we work one-on-one, and that's really just the that's where everything can get unveiled by doing that. So sorry, my phone is going off. So any other questions before we say adieu to each other?
No, I think that's about it, Casey. Just one final question. I know a few people were asking how long does the offer is available, and I think you've covered it off quite clearly to say that this special offer is only available on this webinar. I mean, after people get off the webinar, I suppose the question is, how long will that offer be available on that link that you've provided or that we've provided today?
We'll probably have that for 1 hour after the webinar.
Yep.
And then so about 1 hour after the webinar.
Yeah, it's a great deal, Casey, and I mean, I encourage people like you've said, it's a fantastic offer to get all that bundled together for the $497. If people are sort of sitting on the fence, I would really encourage them to get on the offer, because if they do email us tomorrow and say, oh look, I was thinking about it and now I want the offer, I think unfortunately the answer is going to be we're not able to do it. Like most things, the opportunity's here for them to learn off you and get some great information and take their social media and more specifically their YouTube strategies to the next level. So encourage anyone that's thinking about Casey's course to get on it quickly.
I have to say that it's so true that action takers are the money makers. I mean, it is the case. I always what I've done with mine is I want to make sure that there's huge benefit, that it just makes sense for you guys to do, and we've all been scared about spending $500 on a product before, or $1,000 on a product, and I've spent my fair share. Okay. But so I know what the mind goes through when you're looking at prices like that. I know the struggle that your mind goes through and saying, okay, well, if I do this, I could do that. Maybe I could rework this. And so what I wanted to do is make sure that I was giving the best of what I have. Okay, the best of my courses, the best of my knowledge, and give you coaching and give you a video sales, a sales video that you can actually apply to your own business. That so to have all of that that awesome value rolled in, so it makes more sense for you. So it's like, well, guess I spent $997, but what I got was coaching with Casey Zeman, as well as access to his YouTube Revealed course and his Easy Webinar Plugin course. And I got a 1-minute sales video that they did customized for me based on whatever my business is. I mean, that's a no-brainer. You can ask anyone around who, for a 1-minute sales video, you're talking about $2,000, generally speaking, right? I have guys that, my animators charge $700 to do 1-minute sales video. So, and if you look at that, 1 minute, which costs $700, and $297 is the difference between that and what the full mastermind costs. That means that my actual time committed to you for 3 hours of time plus 2 emergency calls is only $297, which is, if you think about that, that's an over delivery. That's definitely an over delivery, and that's not what most people pay. So again, as I said, that's the only reason why this is only available for the next hour after this webinar, plus we're only taking 10 students for the mastermind course, because it's my time. That's why it's not a bit of scarcity here. It's because it's my time. It's the commitment that I'm giving you, one-on-one time. So that's where that's coming from. So yeah. Any other questions at all? And did you guys have the link? Or I just want to make sure that the link worked for you. Everything went through, that you can get access to the actual page itself. And on the page, guys, you'll see that there are 2 bits of pricing. So those who actually did come through the mastermind and did come through, I'm going to show you exactly what you're going to get. So let's take just this last 5 minutes to show you what you're actually getting with this. Okay. So let me just very quickly go into, here it is. Okay, so once you become a member, you're going to be getting access to YouTube Revealed right here. Okay, and this is going to give you all the beginning module, intermediate, advanced, and then you're going to go through this entire process. Yeah. Then I'm also going to send you into the Easy Webinar plugin, which is right here. Now I'm going to create a login for you. You're going to get access to this software. This software is pretty amazing stuff, where you can easily create webinars, right? And then put them up onto a page. This is a WordPress plugin. So all you do once I give you access, you just upload this to your already existing WordPress site. And then you can easily create these webinars and load them in. And once you create the webinar, it'll automatically publish that webinar into your WordPress site. Okay, and you can see here we have all sorts of stuff. We have a built-in notification system. We have great designs. We have what we call a scarcity feature and the timed events that can pop up for different webinars. We have Amazon API, so you can upload your Amazon credentials into. Can you guys see the screen, by the way? I think you can.
Yeah, we can. Yep.
You can load in your Amazon API and then upload a video straight into our platform. You don't have to actually go to Amazon at all. Okay, you just have to know your keys, your access key and your security key, and I have a video that teaches you all about that, setting that up. And then you can easily do this. Or you just put a URL in right here. You can put a YouTube URL or an RTMP video, which an RTMP video is a streamed video. Okay, and that's one of the things that we pride ourselves on, are stream videos. That means if someone comes at 2 p.m. to a webinar, and the webinar started at, say, 1:30, they are actually coming 30 minutes late, and so it'll start 30 minutes later. So it's, in fact, a live streamed event, right? That's what an RTMP is, and that's what we can put in here. Now, you can also put an HTTP video in here, which plays it, so if they come at 2 o'clock and the webinar started at 1:30, at 2 o'clock, they'll actually start it from the beginning of the webinar, because it's an HTTP. So we have both options that we give you. And then you have dynamic scheduling options, okay, where you can select by the admin or the attendee. And in the admin, it's set in their time zone, and you can actually choose to watch the webinar right now. So when someone comes to the page, they can watch it right now. And everything is integrated, by the way, with your own autoresponder. You can just put in your own autoresponder here and use your own autoresponder, or use our notification system, or both, which is great, because then that means that you can add your list, you can add people to your list, but then to be able to do the follow-up, that's what our notification system is there for. Because it's a lot of work to know how to do that with an autoresponder. You pretty much can't do that for every single person in every single time zone, so that's why ours works really great. And let's see what else. We have an attendee share incentive, where once someone comes to the webinar, they sign up for the webinar. It takes them to a thank you page, where then they can share news of the event, and by sharing news of the event, they can unlock a free gift. And what that does is that shares it to their news feed and creates automatic viral traffic coming back to your webinars, which is really terrific. And then everything is pretty much dynamic. You can you add the title of your webinars, the headline, things like that. And what's great is that you're going to get the unlimited site license, meaning that you can put this webinar software on any of your WordPress sites or any of your customer or clients' WordPress sites. Okay, and that's a really amazing thing because that's when you can charge them. So that's what that's why we have this here. And so if I want to switch out and look at my other URL, I'll go into there and it'll show me all the webinars that I have in there. So I'll click on webinars for my YTR revealed, and then I can go in and check out my webinars through the webinar link. So I'll go here, click here, and it'll take me to the registration page right here. Yeah. So I can choose to watch the webinar event right now. I put in my name or somebody's name, Tom Brady at Zeman. So now this takes me right into the webinar, and we have to let it connect. And while it's doing that, you can see the attendee list right here. Tom, that's the guy that just registered. And these are people in real time that are watching this webinar as well. Okay? And you can have an area where you put your name, your email, and your query of what your question is, and you go. So right now, the internet connection is probably slow because we're on a webinar currently. So it's thinking about getting to this page, but once it connects, it'll actually start playing the actual webinar directly. Okay, so that's what the software itself does, and you have a few things. You can also add a widget code, which you can add to your WordPress site, which is a registration box. Right? You add this code, it creates a registration box inside your WordPress site where they can register, and then that registration will send them directly into your webinar page. Okay, your registration. So it's pretty cool stuff. Again, this sells for $343, a one-time license usually, but with this, I'm going to do it for YouTube with YouTube Revealed at $497 total together. So those are some of the things you're going to be getting once you become a member of YouTube Revealed. So are there any other questions at all? Well, we have some of you guys on the call, and I think I have to get going.
Yeah.
But I did want to show that to you. So.
No, I think we've looking at it, Casey. I mean, if anyone's got some more questions, throw them in now. But from what I can see, we've covered off everything at this point.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, again, thank you guys so much for your time. It was great to connect with you, to meet you, and you know, I can't wait to maybe work with you guys in the future. So just you know, just connect with me through the mastermind, or obviously through maybe Facebook and things like that, and we'll stay connected.
Excellent. Or could you just are you going to pass the screen back to us, Casey, or?
Yeah. Let me change the presenter.
While you're doing that, Casey, I just you know, on behalf of myself and Tony, I'll just unmute Tony there. He may want to come in at the end there, and thank you. So I've unmuted Tony. You know, I really do appreciate you coming on the call today and talking about what you can do for our subscribers there. I mean, I learned a lot about the power of YouTube and how to use it more effectively in our business, and I hope that the people on the call, Casey, see the opportunity in front of them, and you know, and they give it a try. And like you said, you know, I think there's always that reservation, Casey. We've all been there where we're thinking about investing some money in a course and thinking about, you know, what if, and you know, I would say to people after seeing your course and being on a couple of your webinars, you know, they won't be disappointed. I know that they'll get great value out of your program, and also get some good results. So yeah, for those of you that are on the call, I know a few of you are going to the page, and I can see the page is working. Casey, I've put it back in the chat a couple of times, so I can see people going there. So hopefully they take up the opportunity. So so thanks again, Casey, for your time and for sharing your knowledge. And maybe I'll just pass over to Tony. Are you there, Tony?
Yeah, I'm here, and yeah, I want to also thank Casey for that excellent presentation. I think anybody out there that's thinking about getting on board, I really recommend you do. I know this presentation has sort of gone on a little bit longer than we expected, but you know, it just goes to show that what you're going to get from Casey if you do get on board, you know, he's absolutely going to over-deliver, and he's going to make sure he sticks around until all your questions are answered and you really get what you need out of it. So, you know, I've got no reservations, hesitations in sort of and saying, you know, give it a go, and you've got everything to gain, absolutely nothing to lose. Once again, it's great to get back in front of you again. It's great to be here with you, and I really appreciate the fact, we all really appreciate the fact that you've turned up today. I won't go on much longer because I know you're probably ready for a comfort break, etc. So once again, thanks very much. You've got the page details. I look forward to connecting with you very soon again.
Thanks, folks, so much. Thank you guys very much for having me on, and I look forward to doing this again with you.
Thanks, Casey. We'll talk to you soon, and thanks everyone for your time tonight. Bye bye.
Take care.